Morning, everybody. Welcome to Dude's Garage, Video Arcade, and Bloody Knuckle Emporium. I'm Dude, and this is my garage and Bloody Knuckle Emporium Video Arcade. We're going to do a 50-to-1 mix off on 2-cycle oil, 2-cycle gas today, and we're going to get right to how you do it. Okay? I'm going to give you the short version and the long version here in a minute. So this is a regular old kitchen measuring cup, obviously. You see there at the top it says metric milliliters. Okay, there's 500 milliliters. 1,000 milliliters is 1 liter. 500 milliliters is half a liter. Very good. So what I did was I filled this with water so I could measure out. I'm not going to put gasoline in here. So you can put that water in there, and I measured out an old Quick Shop cup here how much a half a liter is. Right there. Okay. Now if we're going to do a mix, the 50-to-1 to that line, that's half a liter. That means we're going to put in 10 milliliters right there. So that's what you're going to do. If you have one of these, got this from the vet for like giving cats medicine, shit like that. Don't know really, probably get them online if you really wanted to, but you probably dig around in junk drawer or something here. But you can see, if you want to do a 50-to-1 mix, you're going to fill it to 10 milliliters there. If you can see it, that's 10 milliliters there, 500 milliliters there. All right, so that's to that line. So you're gonna mix that together. You put it in your snowblower or weed whacker or whatever the hell you're gonna do. Now the long version. How did I get that and know it was that? Okay, number one, standard measurement systems sucks out loud. Try to figure out how much quarter gallon is 50-to-1. I could do it for you. It would take a long time. Just use the metric system, man. Because usually 2-cycle oil, whenever you're putting the 2-cycle gas in, it's usually small amounts like that. So what we're going to do here is you have 1 liter, right? 1 liter gas. Well, let's start with 50. 50 to 1 mix, okay? You got a 50-to-1 mix. It's a ratio, right? Which is the same thing as 50 to 1, right? So, if you want to have 1 part for every 50 parts, or if you have 50 parts, you're just going to add 1 part. It's a ratio. We learned that in, 5th grade, okay? So what you're going to do to find your 50-to-1 mix here is we had 500 milliliters, right, to 1. Okay, how are we going to do that? Well, 500 milliliters with a 50-to-1 mix. If you got 500 milliliters, you're going to add a 0 on the end. It's a ratio, man. Whatever you do to the top, you have to do to the bottom, right? It comes out the same. 500 to 10 is the same as 50-to-1. So there you go. It's very, very simple math. It took me like half a freaking year to figure that out, but it was as soon as it hit me, I was like, duh. So if you got 500 milliliters or half of a liter, you can do it that way too. Let me see if this is still in frame. 0.5, well, what does that work out to? Well, move your decimal point. If your decimal point is here, go 1, 2, 3, right? So your decimal point 1, 2, 3. Well, if that was 10, right? 10, gonna move your decimal point 1, 2, 3. Guess what? Make sure I'm doing this right. 1, 2, 3. 0.01 liters. Okay, if you got 5 liters, it's 0.01 liters. Okay, that's the beauty of the metric system. I like what Slammer said at LaPapst, L.A. Pabst. Look it up on the channel here. Slammer said that Jimmy Carter had it right back in the 70s. Should have got us over to this system a long time ago. We'd be a lot smarter and a lot more efficient. So 50-to-1 oil, and you can do the same thing if you want to do 40-to-1 oil. If you got a 40-to-1 mix, let's move this up. If you're going to do 40-to-1, you do the same math. 40-to-1, right? You got 40-to-1. So you're going to measure this thing out There's 400 milliliters there, so measure out how much water, mark your cup to wherever 400 milliliter is, somewhere down in there. So you have 0.400 liters, or 400 milliliters, right? And you're going to do to 1, so that's going to be 10. So you're 40 to 1, or 400 to 10. It's the same thing, all right? So all you got to do is figure out 400 milliliters, and you're going to put the same amount of damn 2-cycle oil in it to 40 parts. 40 parts to 1. That's all it says. If you got a 25 to 1, you're going to figure out 250 milliliters. Okay, that's halfway between these two, right? 250 milliliters is the same thing. 250 milliliters to 1. Right? You're gonna pour that water into this cup, mark the line, put in 10 milliliters into it. You got it licked. So that's how you're gonna mix your cycle. Now, the next part of this video is trying to get this pig of a snowblower started. We're gonna get some Sta-Bil. We're gonna get some gas, which is about a month old, and we're gonna get some 2-cycle oil. I'm gonna put 2-cycle oil in there, fill it with gas, and see if she fires up. Let's see what we get. All right, welcome back, everybody. Well, it's a good thing we checked. Guess what? We got a 40 to 1 mix on this thing. I'll tell you right there in the cap. Don't miss it. Okay, got some Sta-Bil here. We're going to use that. So I marked this off. As you can see, there's half a liter. All I'm going to do is that's 40 to 1. That's 400 milliliters, or 0.4 liters, right? I put water in there just so I can mark it off with that measuring cup. Now I got that established. Get rid of that water, dry up that cup real good. You're still going to do 10 milliliters of 2-cycle oil. So our work's already done, our math's already done. We already did it on the workbench, right? So, gonna get our gasoline. Throw some Sta-Bil on top of that. If you put a little extra in there, just put a little extra 2-cycle oil in there. Nobody's gonna yell at you. There we go. Throw some Sta-Bil in there. Now, if you notice, I marked the shit out of those cups. Said, don't drink out of this cup, gasoline. So, if you drink out of that, it's your own damn fault. Now, in my 2-cycle oil, suck it up into my measuring syringe here. And the blue oil doesn't make it easy to find. 10 milliliters. There we go. 10 milliliters. There she goes. Now, good thing we have to quick dry over there. Good rip. And then, there you go. 41 mix. 2-cycle. Just gonna pour it right in there. Should be all you really need is here. It's not a big tank. Let's get all of our shit out of the way here. The old gas cap. I'm getting oil all over this fucking garage now. Okay, well, we got a lot for the gas settle, but we didn't get the pig started. We're gonna let it sit. I'll get it started later. I know it will. It's got a new spark plug in it. So I think mission accomplished as far as mixing gas. I'll clean up my oil spill. Call this video good.